Welcome back and thank you for staying with KTN Prime. The construction and upgrade of the Rironi Summit Road, set to officially start towards the end of the month, could cause limited options to Kenyans traveling to Western Kenya, with the government appealing lackluster in offering toll-free alternatives adjacent to the road.
This even as concerns continue to mount that the project has taken an overly commercial approach, despite transport infrastructure being a public good.
The proposal to have tolls has generated a heated argument, with a section of leaders calling out the government, claiming they will overburden Kenyans more.
KTN's Daniel Kariuki has more.
The government is set to embark on an ambitious upgrading of the Rironi Summit Road. The government is currently negotiating with the Consortium of China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC, and Kenya's National Social Security Fund, NSSF, on the delivery of the project. President William Ruto and the Cabinet Secretary for Transport has already revealed the construction could begin any time now.
Hii barabara yenu ya kutoka Nairobi kuja Nakuru mpaka Mau Summit, na sasa nimesema sitaki ikwame Mau Summit, nataka iende Kericho, iende Kisumu, na iende Eldoret, iende Malaba.
While the government said it is yet to award the project to the CRBC and SSF consortium, it is pushing for the project to break ground.
Tumeweka mpango maalum ambayo inaleta private sector katika ujenzi wa barabara. Kama tungesema tuweke pesa ya budget ya serikali katika hiyo barabara, hatungejenga.
That contract has been negotiated at 160 billion shillings with the French government. This is the current team led by William cancelled the contract. We have already paid penalties upwards of 6-7 billion shillings for the initial cancellation.
Kenyans in the western part of Kenya deserve this road to be dualed, and they deserve this road to be upgraded. But it will not serve our economy when this road is packaged as a business model.
But once the project is completed and enters the operations and maintenance phase, this is where Kenyans will be required to pay to use it. But the headache to motorists seeking non-tolled alternatives is that they may have to completely veer off the highway and use long routes as alternatives.
Can you clarify whether once the road is finished that we are going to have alternative road, the one which is being used now, so that we don't force Kenyans to use the route which is being made?
When we continue now instituting tolling, like what we want to do on Rironi Summit Road, what we are basically doing is increasing the cost of doing business.
If you cannot move from point A to point B, and if moving from point A to point B, you incur extra charges. It means that your goods also cost more.
We are basically looking at all the alternative routes, and we should be able to make a comprehensive presentation to this committee on transport, Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure, so that we don't rely on the media.
The government accused of not minding Kenyans who are struggling economically. Observers have criticized the government for prioritizing the commercial viability of infrastructure and implementing public-private partnership PPPs, including roads that will then be tolled. This is at the detriment of the households and businesses.
The kind of levies that we pay for using cars, road levies, fuel levies, are such that those in government must be extremely careful when they introduce another charge that Kenyans are supposed to pay along the road.
The National Treasury and the government, they need to be a bit more creative in raising revenue to do critical infrastructure like you have done before, without necessarily doing experimentations.
Will the government reconsider the toll plan as well as the set alternatives for motorists? Daniel Kariuki, KTN.
Crossing borders, the dust